Alright, so let's talk about how we can group the middlewares, some routes, and some routes we want to let them open as publicly. For an example, if I reload this page, I can see this page very clearly. And I have the sign up button here. So now if I click on that, this takes me to the sign up page. I have also a forgot password page as well. And then if I go to the login page, I have that as well here. Now what I want is basically when the user tries to click on these pages, which are basically the login, the sign up and forgot password page, the user should be able to access those pages unless he or she is logged in. And once they are logged in, only then they can go to the post and then create a post. We have that option here, but right now if I click on that, I am directly logged in. I am directly able to access this page. But what I want is basically I want to restrict this page for the authenticated users. Now let's see how we can do that. So before that, let me explain you what I have did quickly. So I have created 3 new controllers, the routes, which is basically the login. I have commented out the rest up here, the create account, and then the password forgot. And then I have created 3 new controllers. The one is login controller. I just wrote one function here, and then the login index.file. Similarly, we have register here, and then register file, and then we have finally the password reset button, and then password forgot view file here. Then I have this created a component of guest, in which I have used all the CSS files and the JavaScript files, and then I have used the slot method here. And then finally what I have done is basically I have wrapped all this HTML in this component, which is I have created the guest component. Lastly, the tool top bar here, I gave the link of the sign up page to the create account, which you can see that if I go back on our main page and I click on sign up, this takes me to this create account page. Now let's use the authenticated middleware, how we can actually apply on that. The first option which we have learned previously is that I can apply the middleware on each route individually. For example, this could be like guest, so that if the user is not logged in, he should be able to access this page. But what I want is basically I want to create a group of basically middlewares, and then I want to put most of my web routes, in this case we have these 3 here, and I want to put these 3 routes inside the group of a middleware. So let's do that and let's see how we can. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm going to write route, then I will use the middleware, and then inside this middleware we can pass one middleware, or we can pass an array. So now you can see this middleware accepts 3 arguments. The first, it could be like an array, the second it could be null, and the third it could be a string. Alright, so if I want to apply the guest here, so I can apply this guest as well by this way. But if I want to apply multiple middlewares on this, so what I can do, I can pass these things by using the array. So inside the array I can pass this as a guest, a web. We can also pass some other middleware which we have defined. Obviously we have not covered that topic yet, but we can use the array method here. And then lastly I can chain the method of group, and then this group accepts a callback function which I am going to pass that, and within that we can create put all our routes here. Now we really don't need to use this guest here individually because we have applied this once here. Now if I reload the page, I am still able to see those pages. But just for an example, if I try to put the auth here and if I reload, I will be redirected to the login page. There we go. Somehow this page isn't working because the login page itself is inside this auth method. So if I put that out and if I reload, I should be able to now see the login page, just for an example. Now there is one more thing. For an example, if you want to put the create account and forgot password account under this authenticated, but if you want not this route to be considered this middleware, but you want to neglect this middleware, so what you can do is basically you can chain another method and say this as without middleware. And without middleware, if I go to the auth here, if I type in the middleware of auth, now if I reload the page, maybe let's say create account, I am now redirected back to login. The reason is that because I have applied this without middleware. So this middleware, authenticated middleware, will not be applied on this, whereas these two will come under the middleware. Alright, so that's a very cool tip which you have just learned. Now if I want, so let's actually remove that and let's put this inside the guest. Now if I reload the page, I am still able to see those pages. But if I go to the post create, I am still seeing this one. Now we have created a resource here, so let's copy this middleware function here and let's paste this and wrap this route resource by using the auth middleware. Now if I reload, I will be redirected to login page. How cool is that? So we have learned how we can group our multiple routes by using the group functionality of a middleware, and then we have also learned, like, if we want to exclude some middleware from within the middleware, then we can use the without middleware method. That's about it, and I will see you in the next one.